Have you ever wondered if there is a food capable of protecting your prostate against cancer? Something so powerful that it can drastically reduce the risk of serious illnesses, but that for some reason almost no one consumes. What if I told you that this fruit exists and can make a huge difference to your health, but that most men simply ignore it? Imagine discovering too late that a simple change in your diet could have prevented years of suffering. Prostate cancer is silent. It grows without showing clear signs at first, and by the time symptoms appear, the damage has often already been done. But what few know is that there is a natural ally that can act at the root of the problem, helping to prevent your prostate from suffering from inflammation and dangerous mutations. What is most impressive is that this fruit is not exotic, it is not expensive, and it can be found easily, but even so, almost no one takes advantage of its benefits. Why does this happen? What doesn't the food industry want you to know about it? And most importantly, how exactly can this fruit act on your body, protecting your prostate against the biggest enemies of men's health? What you're about to discover could completely change the way you take care of your body. This video will reveal not only what this fruit is, but also how it acts within your body, the best way to consume it, and the mistake that many men make when including it in their diet without obtaining its benefits. Stay with me until the end, because what you will learn here could be what you need to transform your health and keep you away from serious problems in the future. Have you ever imagined waking up one day and discovering that a simple oversight in your diet contributed to a serious problem with your prostate? That something that could have been prevented with a minimal change in your daily life ended up becoming a nightmare of exams, treatments, and uncertainty. The truth is that most men don't think about their health until their body starts to show signs. Small inconveniences, a discomfort here, a change there. At first it seems harmless, but when these signs start to intensify, it may be too late. And the scary thing is that prostate cancer rarely warns you at the beginning. It grows in silence, without obvious warnings, without pain, without any symptoms that make you suspect something is wrong. Now, stop and reflect. How many times have you heard about foods that can actually protect the prostate? How many times have doctors and experts in the media really emphasized that there is a specific fruit that has been proven to help prevent prostate cancer, but that almost no one consumes? This is not an unsubstantiated theory. Science has already proven that some compounds present in this fruit have properties that act directly to protect the prostate, preventing defective cells from multiplying, reducing inflammation, and even regulating hormonal levels that can favor the emergence of cancer. And even with all this, almost no one consumes this food correctly. Most men don't even know that it can be a true natural shield against serious illnesses. Even worse, some think they are already protected just because they follow a more or less balanced diet, without realizing that the body needs specific ingredients to function at its best level. If you are here, watching this video, it means you care about your health. It means you don't want to be caught off guard when it's too late. And if I can provide you with information that can help preserve your quality of life and avoid serious problems in the future, then it will have been worth it. But I need you to do something now. Subscribe to the channel. This channel was created with one purpose: to prevent you from discovering prostate problems when it is too late. Sign up now, because here you will have access to vital information to protect your men's health. Have you ever stopped to think about how small habits can define the future of your health? Often, without realizing it, we ignore subtle signals from our body. We wake up every day, follow our routine, and think we're fine. Until one day, without warning, something changes. A different discomfort, a strange feeling, a fatigue that doesn't seem to go away. And when we finally decide to investigate, the answer can be frightening. Prostate cancer is one of the most insidious types of cancer because it grows without clear symptoms in the early stages. When signs become evident, the disease has often progressed silently, compromising quality of life and making treatment much more difficult. And the most impressive, prevention can be much simpler than it seems. But here's an important detail that almost no one talks about. Diet has a direct impact on prostate health. There is an essential component that can help prevent inflammation, maintain cell health, and even reduce the risk of abnormal growth in prostate tissue. And believe it or not, this nutrient is present in a fruit that almost no one consumes regularly. Science has already proven that some natural substances have incredible cellular protection properties, helping the body defend itself against agents that can lead to the development of serious diseases. Antioxidants, for example, are essential for neutralizing free radicals, which are unstable molecules that damage the body's cells and accelerate cellular aging. And when we talk about the prostate, this process can be even more dangerous. Now here's the big problem. Most men's diets don't offer enough antioxidants. This happens because over the years, the consumption of industrialized, ultra-processed foods rich in bad fats has become a common habit. They are practical, quick, cheap foods and full of preservatives. But what few people know is that these foods can contribute to an increase in inflammation in the body, and constant inflammation is one of the risk factors for prostate disease. And this is precisely where the importance of fruit that almost no one is eating comes into play. This fruit contains high concentrations of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that studies have linked to a reduced risk of prostate cancer. Lycopene works by reducing inflammation, helping to protect cells and preventing them from undergoing dangerous mutations. It also improves blood circulation in the prostate region, ensuring that the organ receives the necessary nutrients to maintain its optimal functioning. Now you may be wondering, but if this fruit is so powerful, why doesn't anyone talk about it? Simple, because the industry doesn't profit from natural foods. The focus is always on expensive medications and treatments, while simple, affordable, and natural solutions are left aside. And the scariest thing, many men only realize the impact of a bad diet when they are already facing serious problems such as abnormal prostate growth, constant discomfort, and even difficulties with sexual function. Now I want to know, have you ever felt any strange discomfort in the prostate area? Have you noticed changes in your body that make you worried? Leave a comment saying, "I want to protect my prostate." This can be a big warning for other people who have not yet realized the importance of this subject. Now I'm going to reveal to you the best ways to consume this fruit to obtain maximum benefits for your prostate, and how to combine it with other foods that can further enhance its effects. Have you ever stopped to think that the foods you consume daily could be directly influencing your prostate health? Many men completely ignore the relationship between what they put on their plate and prostate function. But the truth is that what you eat can be a true protective shield against inflammation, uncontrolled cell growth, and even more serious diseases. And here's the big problem. Most people continue eating the same way for years without realizing that over time, the body requires a different nutritional adaptation. What worked for you in your 20s or 30s may no longer be enough now. Your metabolism has changed. Your ability to absorb nutrients is no longer the same, and your prostate, like any other organ, needs adequate support to stay healthy. But are you offering her this support? Or are you, without realizing it, facilitating the emergence of silent problems that could manifest themselves in devastating ways in the future? Unfortunately, what we see most out there are men who only worry about their prostate health when they are already facing serious difficulties. And when this happens, the options for reversing the situation are often limited. And now comes the question that no one talks about. There is a specific type of food that can provide exactly the bioactive compounds that your prostate needs to stay balanced, preventing everything from inflammation to much more serious problems. And the scariest thing, almost no one consumes this natural solution. What happens is that the food and pharmaceutical industry does not encourage this type of information. After all, if people knew that they could strengthen the prostate just by adjusting their diet, many medications would become unnecessary. But now that you're here, it's time to change that story and take control of your own health. Imagine a scenario where you don't have to worry about bothersome symptoms, where your prostate is functioning perfectly and you can continue enjoying your life without limitations. This is totally possible. But to do this, it is essential to understand how certain nutrients interact with your body and why some foods are so powerful when it comes to prevention. The first step is to understand that chronic inflammation of the prostate is one of the main villains of men's health. When your diet does not provide the antioxidants needed to fight free radicals, oxidative stress begins to attack prostate cells. And over time, this can lead to abnormal growth of prostate tissue, hindering essential functions and increasing the risk of serious complications. Now you may be wondering, how do I know if my prostate is inflamed? And the answer may lie in symptoms that often go unnoticed. Feeling of heaviness in the pelvic region, small changes in urinary flows, mild discomfort when sitting for long periods. These are subtle signs, but they may indicate that your prostate is beginning to suffer the effects of an inflammatory process. And that's where food comes in. There are certain natural compounds that act directly on prostate inflammation, preventing the progression of this silent problem. The problem? Most men do not consume these foods regularly. Many prefer to continue focusing on diets low in essential nutrients, and over time, realize the effects of this in the worst possible way. But those who make strategic changes to their diet guarantee much more stable prostate health, in addition to benefits for the entire body. Now I want you to reflect. Do you think your diet has been enough to protect your prostate? Or do you believe you might be making mistakes without realizing it? If you think you need more information on how to protect your prostate effectively, leave a comment saying, "I want to strengthen my prostate now. I want to see who is really committed to their own health." Now the moment you have been waiting for has arrived. After everything I've already explained, you already understand that your prostate could be at serious risk without you noticing the initial signs. Small discomforts, unexplained fatigue, subtle changes in the body's functioning, all of these can indicate that something is wrong. But here's the big question. There is a fruit capable of providing the essential nutrients to keep your prostate healthy and protected, and most men simply ignore it. That fruit is the pomegranate. And if you think that pomegranate is just an ordinary fruit, you are very mistaken. Scientific research shows that this is one of the most powerful foods to protect the prostate and even help fight cancer. But what makes pomegranate so special for men's health? Extreme antioxidant action. Pomegranate contains powerful polyphenols, especially punicalagin, an antioxidant that has a direct effect on prostate inflammation. It helps neutralize free radicals that accelerate cell degeneration, preventing the prostate from deteriorating quickly over time. Reducing the risk of prostate cancer studies indicate that the bioactive compounds in pomegranate can slow the growth of cancer cells in the prostate and even induce apoptosis, which is the natural process of death of diseased cells. In other words, it can act as a natural shield, protecting your prostate against one of men's greatest fears: decreased inflammation and prostatic enlargement, benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, the uncontrolled growth of the prostate, is linked to chronic inflammatory processes. Pomegranate helps reduce this inflammation, relieving symptoms and preventing the progression of this problem. Improves blood circulation and male performance. Here's something no one tells you. Regular consumption of pomegranate can significantly improve blood flow to the pelvic region. This not only improves prostate health, but can also have positive effects on sexual function, helping you maintain good performance even as you age. Now stop and reflect. How often do you include pomegranates in your diet? If your answer is almost never or never, that could be a big mistake. Unfortunately, most men only discover too late that certain foods can be powerful allies against declining men's health. And pomegranate is one of those allies. But here's the most important detail. There's no point consuming pomegranate every now and then and expecting miraculous results. The secret is in consistency. Studies show that regular consumption of pomegranate, whether in natural form or as pure juice, can have significant effects on prostate protection. And now I want to know, did you already consume pomegranate regularly, or did you just discover the power of this fruit? Leave a comment saying, "I'm going to include pomegranate in my diet, so I know you really care about your health." Now I'm going to reveal to you the best way to consume pomegranate to get all the benefits, and the mistake that many people make when preparing this fruit. If you've made it this far, you've already realized that taking care of your prostate is not optional. It's an urgent necessity. Many men ignore the signs, leave it for later. They think that the body will solve everything on its own. But time doesn't forgive, and health doesn't warn twice. Now that you've discovered a powerful food that can protect and strengthen your prostate, what are you going to do with this information? Are you just going to watch and forget like most people do? Or will you take action now to change your future? Because the truth is one. Men who ignore these signs and do not take action only realize their error when it is too late. And when that moment comes, the regrets are always the same. I should have taken care of myself before. I didn't imagine that something so small could turn into such a big problem. If I had known this before, I would have done everything differently. But now you know. And what you do with this information can change everything. The good news is that there is still time to act. And the best way to do this is to start protecting your prostate right now and paying attention to any changes in your body. Here are the 3 actions you can take today to avoid surprises in the future. 1. Start including pomegranate in your diet. This powerful fruit has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that help protect the prostate from cellular damage and reduce the risk of future problems. 2. Pay attention to your body's signals. Often, the body gives warnings before a serious problem appears. Small changes such as discomfort, swelling, or changes in urine can be signs that something is wrong. 3. Consult a urologist regularly. Don't wait to feel pain or notice serious symptoms to seek a specialist. Getting preventative exams can literally save your life. The question is simple. Would you rather be safe now or regret it later? And here's an important fact. Prostate health doesn't just affect urine or well-being, it directly impacts your vitality, energy, and quality of life as a whole. And if you are one of those who still have doubts about whether you really need to worry about this, I ask you, do you feel excessively tired for no apparent reason? Have you noticed any changes in the pelvic region, such as a feeling of heaviness or discomfort? Are your performance and disposition no longer the same as before? These are little warning signs that may be telling you that your prostate is not doing well. And if you noticed any of them, don't ignore it. Now I want to hear from you. Have you already consumed pomegranates regularly? Or have you just discovered the benefits of this fruit? If you want to strengthen your health and are committed to protecting your prostate, leave a comment saying, I'm going to include pomegranate in my diet. This is not just a comment. It is a commitment to your own health. And in addition to commenting, share this video with your friends, relatives, or any man who needs to know this information. You could be saving lives without even realizing it. And before leaving, check if you are already subscribed to the channel. If you've made it this far, congratulations. This shows that you really care about your health and want to avoid problems before it's too late. I want to invite you to leave a comment saying that you watched the full video so that I can get to know you and know who is really committed to taking care of their own men's health. Also, check now if you are already subscribed to the channel. If not yet, click the subscribe button. And last but not least, most men only realize that something is wrong with their prostate when it's too late. In the first pinned comment, I left a link to a playlist that can prevent this from happening to you. Watch now before it's too late.